All right, guys. Hey, happy Sunday night. We are replacing this awesome Zoom tonight with we're replacing our Sunday night team call with this awesome Zoom. So I'm super excited that we have Ambassador Diamond Jocelyn Yates on with us tonight. So thank you so much, Jocelyn, for hopping on this with us. And if you have any team, welcome to our Sunday night thing.
Thanks for having us. I'm super excited about this.
Yeah, we are too. I know everybody was like ecstatic whenever I told them it was going to be you. So we're excited to hear from you. So I guess we'll just go ahead and jump in since we've got the Sunday night call in an hour. So Jocelyn, if you just want to share your story with us, I know a lot of my team probably doesn't know your story.
Okay, yeah. So 3 years ago in January, I went to a bridal expo. And at this bridal expo, I wasn't engaged or anything, but I was looking at wedding dresses, and I was actually modeling some of the wedding dresses. So I was there for the whole time. And so inevitably, I walked through and I entered every single free drawing that I possibly could. And it's funny because I specifically remember that the Yates booth was on a corner. And so going one way, I talked to one person, and then going the other way, I talked to a different person because they were both working on the different corners. So I entered twice, and about a week or two later, I got a phone call from a lady named Andrea, and she said, "Hey, you didn't win a free wrap, but you could still try one for $5 off, and so it's only $25." And this is just crazy to me still thinking back. I just so you know, like I was 19, I was already a size 4, I already looked decent, but I still wanted the wrap. Like that's the crazy thing to me. So I spent $25 as a broke college student to try the wrap for $25. I put it on. 45 minutes later, I was a tiny bit smaller, but then 3 days later, oh my gosh, like I didn't have to suck in to look good anymore. And I started telling my sisters and some of my friends, like, you have to try this. And so I started referring people to Andrea to buy wraps for $25. And she, a few weeks later, just kidding, I think it might have been like in February or March, so like a few weeks later, she hosted a wrap party, and I didn't know that it was weird to do this, but I actually, as a guest, brought 5 people with me to this party. And we all bought a ton of wraps. We probably made her over $200 in wrap cash in one night. And a few days later, she finally was like, "Jocelyn, why don't you just sign up to sell this and make money off of your family and friends instead of making me money?" And seeing her get all that money, it was kind of a no-brainer. And so I signed up as a distributor, and just from selling the wraps retail, selling the wraps for $25, I had people like buy as a retail customer on my website because they didn't want to commit. But and then loyal customers, just from those 3 things, I made over $500 in my first month and a half. And I kind of had the mindset like, okay, cool, sweet. I have this residual income. I don't have to do anything anymore, and it's just going to stay at $500 a month forever. And so I quit working my business through that summer. But at the same time, I look back and I'm kind of glad because that's like right when I met my now husband, Taylor, was during that summer. And he already thought I was kind of crazy for drinking greens every day. But so I slowed down and didn't work my business through the summer. And when I had joined this business, my family was so against it. Both of my parents were like, "Jocelyn, you're probably never going to make your money back. We know some people that have done something like that, and it's a pyramid scheme." And so I had to prove them wrong. And around August, September time, my mom asked me, she's like, "Why are you still doing that? You're not even making any money." And I was like, okay, I have to prove her wrong. And so I started plugging into the conference calls that corporate was doing, any conference calls that anyone in my team was doing, like my upline or my sideline. And I started going to like wrap party trainings that my upline was having. So I remember specifically in October, I drove 2.5 hours to a team training, and my upline was there, Stephanie Dunn. She's my she signed up Andrea, and Andrea signed up me. And so Stephanie was there, And she was going around the room asking everybody, what's your goal? What do you want to accomplish? Like, what is your goal? And everybody was like, oh, I want to do the steps to success and get $500 bonus. And a lot of people had, I mean, just like the Ruby bonus, they had a $500 bonus available if you did the steps to success. And I remember when that came out, and I was like, there's no way that I can earn that. And so I remember Stephanie's going around asking everybody what their goal was, and I wanted to say something different because I wanted her to remember who I was. I wanted to stick out from everybody else and be different. And so instead of saying that I was going to try to get this $500 bonus, I was like, I just want to get that $600 loyal customer bonus. And she looked at me like I was crazy. And then I kind of figured, okay, maybe if the top income earner in the room thinks that's crazy, maybe I shouldn't do that. And so by the end of this training, I wish I could find my notes from there. I think I still have them somewhere. But by the end of this training, she helped me just ask myself, why not just try for it and see if I can get this $500 bonus? Like, why not shoot for it and see what happens? And so I ended up doing my steps to success. I actually signed up Taylor, who was only my boyfriend at the time, as my last distributor. And I got him his 4 customers so I could get the fast start bonus and all that stuff. And I got that $500 bonus. And it's crazy because looking back, I needed this business so much more than I realized when I joined. You know, I kind of just joined because I knew people that wanted it. But that, like, I had just got engaged over that fall semester. I missed the scholarship for school by a month. So I had to pay for my tuition that semester out of pocket. And if you know how expensive college tuition is, that was a lot of money. And so it literally was the decision for me, am I going to pay for my college tuition or am I going to be able to afford Christmas presents for family? Like, it was one or the other. I couldn't do both. And this business came in right then, and I made that extra $500, and it saved me. And I had this aha moment, this trigger. If I just made $500 from signing up 4 customers and 3 distributors and getting them fast start qualified, what if I just did that again and again and again and again? And that's what I did. So it took me 9 months to ever promote in this business. It took me 9 months to promote to executive. But then things started picking up for me because I started believing in myself and realizing that all I had to do every single month was sign up at least 4 customers and 3 distributors. So I went from executive to Ruby in 2 months, and then Ruby to Diamond in 1 month, and I hit Diamond on my year mark. It took me 1 year to go Diamond. And the funny thing is Taylor was my Emerald. So combined, the average income we were bringing in was about $3,000. And he told me at that point that It Works was not a reliable source of income and that I needed to go get a real job. And every single day when he would come home from work after we got married in May, he would literally tell me, like, hey, there's this eye doctor that's looking for a receptionist. You really need to go apply to it. Every day there was something. And I pushed so hard that summer, and we went from Diamond and Emerald to Double Diamond and Diamond. And I signed up probably almost 200 customers that summer to get it done. So for those of you that want your summer to be different, it can. It just depends on how much work you put into it. And then it didn't slow down there. We went from me being a double diamond to Taylor also being a double diamond. He promoted in December of 2014. And because we worked super hard through the end of the year for that promotion to happen, when we went into conference, we were both double diamonds. And I remember specifically looking at my chart thinking, I don't even know how in the world I'm going to help a brand new person go all the way to diamond for me to go triple. Like, I just had my 2 strong legs and that was it. And we go to conference and we watch the top 100 walk across stage. And you know, the average double diamond paycheck is $6,000. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know how long it's going to take me to make that much money, but I am going to be on that stage in the top 100 next year. That was my goal, just top 100, you know? And so 2 months later, I promoted to Presidential Diamond, and Taylor promoted to Triple Diamond, and that $6,000 went way up. And the very next month after I promoted, I got a message from Pam Souter that said, not only was I in the top 100, but I was in the top 60. We went to Dash that year, and then by the time conference came around, not only were we in the top 100, we were in the top 50. And then this year, now we're in the top 30 income earners, and I never expected that. I promoted to ambassador this year too, I forgot about that. But and now we're in the top 30 income earners, and it has been a roller coaster. We even have lost our rank before, and we have still been able to make as much money as we have. And so I love this. Just the compensation plan is amazing. Like, you can make so much money in this business, and you can go from 6,000 to over 26,000 in 2 months if you work hard. So that's my story.
I love that. And so there's a couple of things that that really stand out to me about your story. One being 19 years old, which I just think is crazy. You even have the so many people. My he's trying to log in somewhere else. To have so many people at 19 just can't even grasp the thought of, putting so much effort into something like this. Mm-hmm. And, so I just think that it's so awesome. But I also love the fact that you had a 9-month span that you really didn't do much.
Yeah.
So many people, I watch it on our teams, that so many people get in and they don't, shoot to diamond or ambassador diamond like Ashley Sinclair in 7 months. And they think, well, I'm not any good at this, or this is never going to work for me, or, I got in too late in the game, or whatever, the excuses that we feed ourselves. And I love the fact that you had this 9-month period that you didn't really do anything. And so it took you 9 months to go executive, a year to go diamond. It was like, once you had that mindset change and realized to have confidence in yourself and what you could do with this business, then it was like, game on, watch out.
Yeah, exactly.
But one thing too that you said, and I love it, because conference tickets go on sale a week from today. And was your first conference 2015?
Yeah, yep.
Yep. So that was my first conference too. And I just remember walking into that room and thinking, holy cow, I was just flooded with emotions. There is just nothing like conference. And I'm sure you could probably say conference is a game changer for your business. So any of you guys that are on here that are messing around with your head thinking $225 is a lot of money. Sell some wraps, figure it out.
Over 26,000. Is that not worth $225?
It just totally gave me chills down my whole body, because that experience there, it just is what you need to see people that are no different than you and see so many different stories to realize that this business can change your life, but it can be the vehicle to change your life. But you have to be willing to get in and drive, or, get in and take the reins and run with it. You can't sit back and wait for it to start magically happening. You gotta take action. And conference it will set you on fire. So I love that. And then Jocelyn and I went to a conference 2016 and stood next to each other in backstage before we walked out in the top 100 or top 70. Yeah, so it's so awesome. You guys, this business can totally change your life. And, we were both people that got in and just wanted that extra $500 a month. And we're getting so much more, because once you catch the vision, you just want to help that many more people obtain the same goal. And then once they obtain their goal of $500 a month, they catch the same vision. And that's where that trickle effect comes in. And that's where the residual income, it will pay you for a really long time. So I love it.
Okay, I have 2 things I want to add really quick.
Yeah.
So, number 1, if you have a spouse that is unsupportive, get them to conference.
Yes.
Trauma in my paycheck didn't matter. Him trying the products did not matter. By the end of the first year of our marriage, I was making over $10,000 a month. That didn't matter, but what got him in this business involved was conference. So if that's what you're looking for, you need to get him to conference. And then I can't remember the second thing.
I totally agree with that. Jeremiah was always supportive of the business, but he always thought I was crazy and he never thought that it would last.
Yeah.
But he going to conference, like that's where he got to see the heart and soul of the company, and he got to see that the corporate team was real and that it wasn't like a bunch of hocus pocus, like we were in some cult or something. And that's where he caught the vision. So I totally agree with that. If you can get your husband or your spouse or whatever to go with you to conference, I mean, it will be a game changer for you guys in the business as well. And Taylor works the business with you, doesn't he?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, Jeremiah doesn't really work the business with me. He will talk to people about it, but he's not one to like work it with me. So by saying that they go to conference doesn't mean that they have to go all in and start throwing rap parties or anything.
He doesn't throw rap parties, but he goes with me, so.
Right. So it just gets them to understand what you're doing and the fact that you're doing it for your family. You're not doing it just because you want to spend all this extra time on Facebook.
Right.
Like it's legitimately, you have goals and dreams for you guys. And I think that's one tip I've always given people with unsupportive spouses is to make your dream board in front of them and ask something. Say, if you could have anything, like what would be a huge dream of yours? And then slap that on your dream board and show them like, I'm working this for us. Like I'm doing this for our family. So I think that was a huge thing for me too, was to do dream boards with my husband and my kids. And so that's a good way to get them fired up with you.
Yeah, so what's your story? I know a lot of my team doesn't know who you are yet, so share your story.
So I started the business after watching for 36 months. I was that person that totally ignored people. I would get messages and I would not respond. I was so rude. Looking back on it, I just thought like, oh my gosh, if I say anything, they're going to be like, she's interested. And so I just avoided. But I stalked like crazy. Everything they were doing, I was going to their pages and I was looking. There was multiple people that were kind of chatting to me about it. And I just kept watching. And then 36 months of watching, I finally said enough was enough. It actually, about 3 months prior to that, I had my second baby and was looking at my student loan debt, and it said if I kept making my minimum payments, my student loans would be paid off in 2030. So that would have made my newborn baby a senior in high school and my son a sophomore in college. And that just was a reality check to me. I was a full-time night shift labor and delivery nurse working part-time and overtime, or part-time and full-time at 2 different hospitals. So I signed up February 2nd and told my enroller that I was not going to post on Facebook because I thought that those people were annoying. And then within 24 hours, I was posting on Facebook because I read a quote on Pinterest that said, other people's opinions don't pay your bills. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's genius. Nobody's knocking on my door for somebody to pay my student loans for me. So I ran full speed from that moment forward, and I went ruby in my first month. I went diamond my second month, double my third month, and triple my fourth month. And then signed my husband up after that. I had no idea about the leadership bonuses that came in after diamond. Nobody was teaching me that. And so I didn't understand the importance of probably getting in my husband. I always tell people to sign your husband up as soon as you have your first 4 customers now, because I feel like I missed out a lot with that. And so we ran, and Jeremiah got pretty supportive after there was 2 numbers in front of the comma. And he went diamond in December, double in January of 2015. We went to conference. I went presidential in April, and then he's still a double, and then I went ambassador this March. So I walked away from my full-time career as a nurse in November of 2014 on my daughter's second birthday, 15 on my daughter's second birthday. And this is what we do full-time. My husband walked away from his career at State Farm, and we are a full-time family now with our 2 babies. So this business, to say it's changed our life, has been a complete understatement, but that doesn't say that, you know, there haven't been times that you're like, you know, we've had our struggles in the business. It hasn't all been like a cakewalk. But I just did a post the other day on my personal page and on our team page about how many distributors I had signed up in this business. 245 since I started the business I've enrolled, and 113 of them are canceled. So that means 46% of the people I brought into this business quit. And so it's so easy, I think, for us to, when we have somebody on our team quit, you want to be like, my whole team's quitting, my team's crumbling, this is happening, that is happening. And you get into your head and you start thinking about stuff like that. And, you know, you guys, people can quit on their own dreams, but they didn't sign up for this business to make your dreams come true. They didn't sign up to this business to pay off your debt, to do whatever, you know, needs to be done for your family. So don't let them quitting allow you to give up on your future. And so that's just been one big thing that I've just realized the whole way through, that not everybody's going to have the same vision I have. Not everybody's going to have the same drive and determination. So you've got to decide in your mind what you want. And I loved it. We did a Zoom with Pam Sauter a couple weeks ago, and she said sometimes it's hard when you start this business to maybe dream big. Dreaming big is scary. So you may not have like these crazy dreams on a dream board, but she said, you know, think about the things that you want, but really think about the things that you don't want. You know, for me, it was being a night shift nurse. We were missing out on holidays. I was being mandated to work holidays. I was working night shift. I was working weekends. I was not kissing my babies goodnight, like 3 to 5 days a week. And it was just, those were the things I didn't want. So those were the things that drove me to not let anything get in my way, and to not let me, you know, be held up by people that my best friend blocked me on Facebook. We're not even friends anymore. But people, you can't let other people hold you back from bettering your family because they're not comfortable enough to grow outside of their comfort zone. So I just think that it's so crazy to look at what this business has. I used to be such an introvert and somebody that was not confident in this business. I just feel like has given me so much confidence in being rooted in what I'm doing for my family, and like where we are going, and, you know, the team that's going with us. So, I mean, this business can just do so much for you financially, but the freedom and the confidence, like, I don't know, there's just nothing that can compare. And there's nothing else you can do out there, I feel like, to have.
So out of curiosity, when you first joined, like looking at the monthly income chart, did you ever see yourself as an ambassador, or where did you see like that peak? Like, there's no way I could get past this.
I thought that it would be really interesting if I got to Diamond, because I'm one of those people that I jump into things. And I mean, I'd never done network marketing before, but I've picked hobbies before, and I like go all in, and then like in 2 weeks I'm burnt out. And so, you know, I went Ruby really fast, and then I ended up skipping Emerald and going Diamond that next month. But I thought I don't know, it was totally ignorance on fire for me. I had no idea what I was doing, even up through getting to Triple. It was just kind of a whirlwind. But after Triple, I went through a really weird 11 months of thinking like, oh, this is coming to an end. Oh, this was a fun ride. But I mean, I never lost Triple, but it just seemed like people were starting to quit. And I was, I quit doing what I had been doing, and that was telling people about the business and telling people about the products. Those are the things we get paid to do. We get paid to bring customers and distributors in, and instead I was trying to teach everybody what to do instead of doing it myself. So I was stuck in this management mode, and I could see that I was losing my passion for the business because I didn't get in this business to be a teacher. I got in this business because I love the products, and I loved what the business was doing for us. So Triple was kind of where I almost had like a roadblock that I felt like, my gosh, like I'm going to have to keep working as a nurse forever, even though we were making like crazy money at Triple. So that was kind of where it took going to conference again for me to have like another aha moment. What about you?
Oh, I remember looking at the income chart and seeing the double diamond like $6,000 a month, and I was like, that is like my dream come true. Like that for me as a 19-year-old, that was like doctor money. Like I couldn't
Yeah.
have imagined more money at all. And so to imagine like, if I could tell myself like, just wait, you're gonna make 10 times that, I'd be like, no.
Yeah. It's so crazy. Okay, so you have worked the majority of your business off social media, right?
Yes.
So what would be some social media tips to people that maybe haven't had, like, I know a lot of people are scared to get started on social media, but did you have a big network before you started?
No, and this is something most people don't know about me. When I first started, I was number one, too afraid to post on Facebook. I made that whole Facebook page thing. People do it all the time. You try to make a Facebook page or a Facebook group and you think it's going to bring you success. I tried that, it didn't work. And then number two, I made a separate Instagram account and I was too afraid to post on my personal Instagram account. But guess what happened? My Instagram account that I had for the business now has like 24,000 followers, and I actually deleted my personal page because I never used it.
Uh-huh.
So isn't that funny? And now the funny thing is I never would have promoted to Diamond had I not started posting on Facebook. And that's probably why it took me a year to go Diamond, is because I wasn't posting consistently on my personal pages where all of my friends were. You know what I mean?
Right. But so something I notice about your Facebook page is it's always you and Taylor, you or your dogs, or, it's always your life on Facebook, but your life is intermingled in with the business and the products. And I think that that's one thing that newbies really struggle with because, you get wrapped up in the, well, I haven't made any money yet, or what are people going to think of me, or just putting yourself out there and being vulnerable, I think is something that's really hard for people. But wouldn't you say that that's one of the biggest, ways?
Yeah. So, you've got to keep into consideration that Ashley and I, when we started, we had 0 customers, 0 distributors, and we had made $0 just like you. And somehow Ashley has still been able to sign up 250 distributors, even at the beginning when she wasn't making any money. Same thing with me. I still had people interested and still had people that wanted to make extra money with me, even though I hadn't made anything yet. It's all about asking people. Posting is not asking. I think that's one of the biggest, literally, the way I signed up so many customers at the very beginning of my journey was I was messaging anybody that I thought would be interested, and they were, and they signed up, So same thing with distributors too. You have to ask them if they're interested. I've had people say yes, and I've had people say no. I've had people delete me. I've had people block me. I had a brother tell me he didn't want to see belly pictures all day, so he unfollowed me. But guess what? I make more money than he does now. Isn't that funny? But really, I think the biggest thing with your posts, especially if you're trying to get distributors, is you have to be relatable. And so, like, my goal, even as an ambassador, okay, look at it this way. You have the advantage over us. Because if we try to say, hey, I joined this business for $500, are you going to believe me when I'm now making 100 times that? I don't even know what 100 times that is. But, it goes right over people's head. They don't understand, because, look back at my story. I didn't think more than $6,000 a month was possible. And so if I hear somebody's making $30-something thousand a month, yeah, right. They don't believe that. But if you join because you want $500 and you're a Ruby or you're pushing for Ruby, that's realistic. And, Mark and Cindy tell us time and time and time again, people don't want to make a bunch of money and go on all these vacations. They just want to pay their bills.
Right.
So if you focus on that little bit, and that's what I try to do every single day, is focus on the little things. Talk about how it's insane. I don't even think it's real. And how I joined for the $500, and that gets people able to relate to me. So you want to make your posts relatable. And then one thing is that you want in your posts, ask yourself every single time, if I was not a distributor and I saw this, would I sign up with me? Would I want to message myself and ask about this business, or would I think this is an advertisement and just scroll through, you know? Are they looking at your post thinking, oh, cool, you work from home, great, scroll. What is that gonna make them feel? You want them to feel an emotion, and then you want to have something that says, I know you've been thinking about this, just text me and let's give you some more information. Give them a call to action, something that's gonna get them in contact with you, and then make sure you're doing your part and messaging your friends and just asking them if they're interested.
I love that. And so somebody asked in the questions about putting your phone number on the post if you had a separate phone for just your business, or is it your
personal number? So I've always used my personal number. I've had a handful of probably the stuff you don't want to hear about, the bad people that'll like call you in the middle of the night, but whatever, you just block the phone number and you're good to go. I've had that happen a handful of times over the past 3 years, but guess what? I've also signed up hundreds of customers and distributors on my phone that texted me personally. And you would be surprised how many people will just send you their information to sign up, you know? So don't be afraid to just use your phone number. You have a phone for a reason, so use it.
Yep, I totally agree. And the call to action is huge. I mean, just asking them to take the next step, to get a hold of you, to message you, I think is huge. Okay, so what would you say is an aha moment you've had in your business?
I had this aha moment, you know, watching Joel and Stephanie Dunn. I think we'll all agree that those guys are hashtag goals. Like, we all just want to be the #1 income earners, bringing in $200,000 a month. You know, that's like goals. And so when they say that they make it a goal every single month to sign up 10 distributors and help them get Fast Start qualified for them to get their 4 customers, the way I thought it, and this was my biggest aha moment, I think, if she's just signing up 10 distributors, if I try to sign up more every single month, then eventually I'm going to catch up with her and pass her. That was my aha moment, was that if she's doing 10, if I do 11, eventually I'll pass her.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
I love that. I think for me, I really had my biggest aha moment, and it was that first 24 hours in the business, seeing that other people's opinions don't pay your bills. Because still to this day, as ambassadors, I'm sure Jocelyn can say the same, we still have people that tell us that what we do is a joke, and people that make fun of us behind our backs, and, you know, family that doesn't support, friends that don't support. And, I feel like if I wouldn't have ingrained that in my head that first 24 hours, I might have let people get to me. I might have not gained the confidence that I got in this business. So you guys truly have to know that other people's opinions don't pay your bills. And you are doing this for you. You signed up for a reason. You were brought here for a reason. So now it's time to do something with it.
Yes, I love that. And it's so true.
Okay, so with all of these promotions out, I totally did not expect him to bring back these good bonuses.
Oh, no.
That's what I love about this company. That's why you can never stop and put the brakes on in this business, because you never know when he's going to bring something back out. You know, I think about the people that were pushing so hard for, you know, the diamond bonus and stuff, the higher bonuses this summer. And then when they didn't come back that next month, so many people like put the brakes on and they slow down because they're discouraged they didn't get it. So now that it's back, people are like trying to play catch up. So if there's people out there that are pushing for a promotion this month, what would be one of your biggest tips?
Okay, I just did this with my team a few days ago, but I kind of give them a game plan. Number one, you have to print out that chart. If you don't have it in front of you, and if you don't know what you have to get for this month, then you're not going to get it done. So as an example, I carry with me everywhere I go my diamond chart, because I'm pushing for diamonds this month. So I have my diamond chart. If I still have blank boxes, I would write down at the top how many distributors I need to sign up, and then I write down what volume I still need. And I'm sure you've taught your team how to calculate the volume. So if you don't know how much volume you need, then how do you know how many loyal customers that you need to help your team sign up, you know? So as the example, I haven't done the math on this, But on my diamond chart, I wrote that I need 4,700 in volume. So 4,700, if I take my calculator, and I'm just going to do a box of wraps as the example, 4,700 divided by 54, then I know I need to myself and help my team sign up 87 loyal customers for a box of wraps, and I'll go diamond. So it seems like a lot, but it will happen so fast if this is the next game plan step. So you have your chart, you know how many distributors and how much volume and how many customers away. And then the next thing is communication with your team. You have to be in constant communication with every single person that's on your chart. You need to be in touch with them every single day, give them a post idea, give them a message idea, give them a phone call idea, and give them something to do that's going to help bring in that volume. Constant communication with the leaders, all the emeralds, all the rubies, all the executives, so that they can talk to their teams and get them pumped up. I had one more thing. Oh, consistency is huge too. If you want to go diamond, you have to start working consistently hard right now and not just at the end of the month. If you just try to do it at the end of the month, you're going to come up short. So you've got to start doing the things that you push at the end of the month now. So start following up with people now. Start posting more now. Start adding new people now. Start messaging more people now. If you don't do it now, it's not going to happen. And I don't know, that's basically, I mean, if you're pushing for a bonus, I think one of the biggest things that you can do is don't just hope that it's going to happen. You will never promote on accident. It's not, you're not just going to hope that it's going to happen. If I was still hoping to promote to ambassador, I would not be ambassador. I would still be presidential. You have to decide and then go make it happen. That's it.
Yep, I totally agree. And you have to believe in yourself that it can happen. Claim it. I think that was one of the biggest things whenever I started and I went diamond in my first few months and went double and then went triple, is I had no idea if I would make it to diamond, but I told my entire social media, the people that were watching me and thinking this was a huge joke, I was claiming it on Facebook. Don't believe me, just watch. I'm going to do it, and it's going to be amazing, and I'm going to get this $10,000 bonus, and you guys, you just got to be so excited and be so confident in yourself. I mean, I would go onto my bathroom mirror and write in lipstick or use a dry erase marker and say diamond or whatever my goals were for that month. So I literally had to look at it every single day so you can remember why you're pushing so hard. But then, I mean, the biggest thing, like Jocelyn said, is asking. You've got to ask people to support you. I love, Mark Pentecost said a quote when we were at Green Carpet in 2015, when it was stadium seating, and so it had all of the VIPs down on the floor, and then it had stadium seating with general admission. And he said, every one of you out in general admission, the only difference between you all and the people in VIP is just that they've asked more people. That's the only difference between Jocelyn and I and anybody else on here, is we've just asked more people. So that's why we're Ambassador Diamonds. And so that is truly the key, being consistent. And if your mouth is not open, then your business is closed. And so I just think that you've got to get out there. You've got to claim that you're doing it. I can say with Jocelyn saying having your chart, that is a huge key of knowing where you're going. That's your roadmap. Whenever I was triple and kind of lost my way for 11 months, it was because I didn't have a chart out. I didn't know what I needed anymore. Kristen Eller is on here, and she was just talking about that with her presidential chart. She hadn't put names on that chart, so she just felt lost and like she was kind of spinning in circles of where to go next. And so I just think that it is so important to get out there and pull your chart out, whether that's a ruby, emerald, diamond, double, triple, whatever it is. You've got to get it out. You've got to get names on it, and then you have to take action. Action is what is going to lead you to the success. So I am so excited, and I know there's going to be so many people claiming these bonuses. Tomorrow, whenever we have this $1 million drawing, that is,
I'm getting one of those. I claim it.
Yeah, you have like a lot of entries, don't you?
I have two.
That's so awesome. I cannot wait. We are doing a Zoom live to watch it tomorrow with our team.
I'm so excited.
It's going to be so amazing, but that just goes back to one of those things that you never know when he's going to bring out something crazy like that. So if you're constantly following up with people, if you're constantly growing your market, then when he throws out a crazy, wild, totally attainable promotion that only lasts for 5 days, you already have the people to talk to. You already have the people to follow back up with. But if you're not doing the groundwork, then you don't have anything to fall back on when stuff like that comes out. So I just think that it's so awesome, but make sure that you are just blowing that up tomorrow. Even if you don't have an entry, be so excited for everybody else because the people on your Facebook feed are watching that.
And you can post about the people that win and be like, oh my gosh, my friend just won $10,000.
Yeah.
You for that.
Yeah, I think that it is so awesome. But another thing I noticed, you do a lot of live videos on Facebook, and I started doing some live videos. I have been challenging my team to do live videos because one thing that I've noticed, I think, Jocelyn and I can make posts and nobody will like and comment on them. And you guys, that happens to all of us. But one thing I've noticed, if you do a live video, one, you'll start to see names pop up of people that are watching your live video, and you're like, oh, okay, I didn't know you were interested. I didn't know you were watching me. But also, you'll see all of the views, and it will come to show you that people are watching you, whether they're liking or commenting. Think about me that watched for 36 months and never liked or commented on a single picture and ignored every single message I got about it. So people are watching you. Don't ever think that they're not, but they're also watching to see if you're going to stick it out. They're watching to see how serious you are, because if you're not serious, I guarantee you they'll find somebody else on their Facebook that is serious and they'll join them instead. It's all a matter of time. Pam was just talking to us about it on Saturday that, we're not yet a household name, but we will be. And so you guys, you want to be on this boat. You want to be part of the household name where people know you as the rap girl, and you're going to be the person they're coming to because they know you're serious, because you're consistent, and you're talking about it all the time. So for those of you that don't have stories yet, that's one big thing that I hear a lot of newbies say is, I don't have a story yet. Remember, you may not have a story. You do have a story because of what you came in and what brought you into It Works, what made you sign up for It Works. But you also have a future with It Works. So talk about what your future is going to look like because of this business. So in that $500, like Jocelyn was talking about, that's where that advantage, some people look at us and see that income chart and see what an ambassador diamond makes, and they think that it's totally bogus. So it's one of those things that $500 is what most people join this business for, $300 to $500, because it can change. It can keep people from filing for bankruptcy. It can keep houses from going into foreclosure, and it can save marriages. So $500 is life-changing for a lot of people. So that's what you've got to focus on. You don't need to focus on the fact that you're trying to get to 10,000 to your Facebook feed. Talk about what that $500 can do for you or is doing for you.
Here's a good way to figure out your story too. If you feel like you don't have one, there's a few key things that every story has. It's got the past, and more specifically, what did your life look like before It Works? And then you're going to say one thing that you didn't like about that. What's one thing that you hated about your previous life before It Works? And then you're going to talk about joining It Works and how it's helping you get over that thing that you don't like. So maybe the thing that you don't like is the fact that you can't afford to buy whatever groceries you want, and then you can talk about how you joined It Works because now you have the opportunity to go to the grocery store and through Wrap Cash buy anything in Walmart that you freaking want. Easy. Yep. Why before, like something you didn't like about your past before, and how It Works is helping you change that. How simple is that? So you've got some of the past, you've got some of the present, and then you've got where you're going in the future with It Works. Done. There's your story.
Yeah, I love that. One thing Jade Hooper that I always love that she talks about is how she used to have to buy like the generic brand of laundry detergent, but she always wanted to buy Tide Pods. And because of It Works now, she can buy Tide Pods. You guys, she's in like the top, what is she?
Top 10.
Top 10? She's in the top 10 of It Works. Like, I mean, she's making insane money, but what she's talking about on her Facebook feed is that It Works allows her to buy Tide Pods. So that's the kind of stuff that's relatable to people. So I love this. Do you have anything last that you want to add, Jocelyn?
Let's see. Let's see. I know we wanted to talk about something that we maybe would wish we would have done differently in the beginning.
Yeah.
So for me, obviously, like I said, I wish I would not have tried to do a Facebook group. I wish I would have just posted on my personal page at the beginning. I wish I would have just posted on my personal Instagram at the beginning. And I think one of the biggest things is I wish so much that I didn't waste that time telling myself, oh, steps to success is too hard. You can't do that. Mm-hmm. Quit telling yourself that you can't do it. Tell yourself that you can and that you're going to go do it, or you're going to work as hard as you can and see what happens. That's what I did. And if you just do that, you can have the exact same thing happen to you that happened to me. The only thing that's stopping you is your mind. You've just got to change your mind.
I love that. Yeah, I think for me, it would have been that I was not being with a nursing background. I thought that the wraps were probably kind of not real. And unlike you, I didn't go to a wrap party. I hadn't tried any products before I started. I knew I wanted to try the greens, but when we got the wraps in my kit, I didn't want to use them on myself. I wanted to sell them and make wrap cash. But I did not have a whole lot of faith in the wraps, so I did wrap a couple of people, and I would like send them out the door with their wraps still on because I was too scared to take it off. You guys, our wraps do incredible things. It took me 6 months to do a full treatment on myself, and then once I did and I posted those pictures, my customer amount that was coming in changed so much. People want to see you using the products. One of my biggest sellers for my first, it still is one of my biggest sellers, but starting the business, what I signed all my customers on was greens because I constantly drank my greens in front of my coworkers. So whatever you're using, whatever you're showing people, Jocelyn's got an awesome hair, skin, and nails picture. I have an awesome hair, skin, and nails picture. Like when you can show people that you're using the products and that you believe in the products, you're not selling to them. You're sharing something that you're passionate about. So I think my biggest thing was just that I was scared to jump out there. I was more confident in the business than I was the products until I fell in love with the products and started using so many of them that now, we use them all except Estro Rhythm. So awesome. Well, Jocelyn, thank you so much. I know my team has totally appreciated you being on tonight. And let's go win $10,000 tomorrow.
Thanks so much for having us. This has been so fun.
Awesome. Thank you. See you on the cruise soon.
Yes,
have a blast at your One Team One mission too.
This is my first one. I'm so nervous but excited.
Oh, you're going to do awesome. We have one here locally 2 weeks from today. So
that's so fun.
If anybody wants to go to Vegas, Jocelyn's having a One Team One mission this weekend.
Yeah, yep, on Saturday.
Awesome. All right, guys, have a great night. Thanks again, Jocelyn.
Okay, bye.
Bye.